Hey everybody, today we're going to be doing a rider's guide on the new rigid 30x120 fork. My name is Joe. I've been working for Tilt for the last 2 years, and sometimes I get to test out new parts like this fork, and we're going to run through a little bit of the design specs for you today. So if you've kept up with Tuesdays at Tilt at all in the last couple months, you might know a little bit more about this fork, but we're going to go through more of the specs in this video to give you a better idea if this might be the right fork for you, or if you should stick on a normal fork that only fits 24 and not 30s. With this fork in the box, you're gonna get the fork itself with the spacers, axle, and a cool looking sticker. You're not gonna get the M8 compression bolt or washer, but you do need that to run this fork, which you can get. That stuff comes with most every SCS that's ever sold, at least for Tilt, that is. For the compression and assembly on this fork, it takes an 8mm bolt up top and 8mm washer. And I've been really hyped to see over the years that Tilt switched from 6 to 8mm for the compression. I was always stripping 6mm bolts in all of my forks, and so just having that extra width in there, it just seems to hold everything together a bit nicely. As far as the design goes on this fork, it comes ready to ride 30x120. That's what these are. These are some prototypes that we got a while back. If you're not into the wider wheels, you can fit 24x110s or 24x120s. And those spacers, as you can see here, they come with the fork out of the box. Since we chose to go with a 30 wide fork, we also had to make a new axle for it. So with our normal size forks, you can see that they are a bit smaller. And this axle, if you put it in this fork, will hang out about 1/2 inch. That's one thing that I really do like about this fork, is that the axle is flush. So you're not really gonna have any problems hanging up on 50s or crooks or anything like that. Another cool feature about this fork being 30 wide, if you wanna ride 24x110, keep these spacers in here. If you don't, take them out. You can throw 30s in, they fit perfectly, just like the back of our deck as well. With this fork, in the last 9 months, I've ridden Tilt wheels in them, and I've also ridden Eagle Radix wheels. They all work. It can fit 30x115s perfectly. What it's not going to fit is 12 standard. You can, in theory, drill out these holes if you want to, but out of the box you cannot ride 12 standard with this fork. As far as some of the other features go, this fork has tapered fork legs, and the best way for me to describe that would be to look at like the shavings on the side of it. It's thicker up here than it is down here, tapered, and that'll save weight and make it a little bit stronger. We also like how we put the logo on the side. We thought that was kind of subtle, kind of cool. Not everybody likes everything to be really flashy, and we just wanted this fork to look, I don't know, a bit more professional. I think it looks best on our deck with the rigid SCS. I think everything lines up pretty nicely, and the SCS as well has those shavings on the side of it, just like the fork, which was my favorite part with the whole package deal. Steer tube length. The steer tube on this fork is 6 inches long. That's the same as the Tomahawk or Nimbus. For compatibility, if you want everything to fit perfectly without headset spacers, get a Tilt deck. We make all of our stuff to go perfectly with each other. You shouldn't need headset spacers with this fork on most other decks that you ride. Like all of our other Tilt forks, it'll come with this little quality mark on it. That's just a way for us to, like, if the part breaks and we gotta send it through warranty, that gives us a chance to call out that quality mark and fix any problems that we might have in the future. This fork is made out of 6061 aluminum, which is a strong material but lightweight for performance. This fork, it's not heavy. I've been riding it for long enough to know that. It will be heavier than a Tomahawk or a Nimbus because there is more material, but it is as bare bones as possible, and it'll still be just as strong as those forks. I texted you it and I still forgot. And just like any other fork on the market right now, the offset for the fork is 10mm, which has pretty much been the standard for the last couple years for the offset on all forks. Good for Christian D nose manuals. Unless you're Lagooch who rides a 0 offset fork, you're crazy. Personally, I would recommend keeping the wheel pretty tight, especially if you're riding 30 wides. If you don't, then things could come loose and your wheel could end up rubbing on the side of the fork, which is never good. The price on this fork is $95 US. If you're buying international, you might see a little bit higher price just from all the other fees that go on with getting stuff overseas. We have a good rider support program, so if this fork ever does bend or break on you, just send in a claim and we'll get you sorted. Just like Tuesdays at Tilt, we like to give stuff away. We always have a lot of extra prototypes and parts that we're not ever going to use. And this fork is kind of cool. Grabbed it from the warehouse when we were moving out of it. I want to give this away. So in order to get this fork, I need you to comment down below simply a rider that you would like to see make a rider's guide and what you want to hear them talk about, which part, whether it's a deck, bars, whatever. Just let us know in the comments. This has been our rider's guide on the Rigid 30x120 fork. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something and decided whether or not you want to get this fork for your setup. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go get some clips. Hope you enjoy them.
One, two.